So hello everyone, welcome to our first InfoSec Seminar this year, organized by the Information System Security and Assurance Management Department in Mahalshan School of Management. Today we are pleased to have Haima Bandiram to give us an interesting talk about empowering cybersecurity futures, unlocking potential through local professional organization memberships. Haima is a CISSP certified senior manager in cybersecurity at Tech Democracy Canada, as a board member of ISC Square, Alberta chapter, and vice president at WICYS, Western Canada affiliate. She champions cyber safety, educating seniors, children, and businesses about secure internet practices. Her dedication to ICYS empowers women in cybersecurity, making a lasting impact on the industry's diversity and inclusivity. Haima actively organizes events that unite students and professionals in cybersecurity through the various professional organizations she is associated with. Her passion lies in delivering identity management solutions to clients across industries in Canada and the US. Haima holds a bachelor degree in engineering and was honored with the ISC Square Global Achievement Award in 2020 for promoting cyber safety in Canada. So thanks, Haima, for being with us today, and thank you all for attending this seminar. And please, for those who are attending without Concordia email addresses, please register at this link to receive your attendance certificate. So please go ahead, Haima.
Thank you, Dr. Abdullah, for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. It's with great privilege I am here today to talk to you about empowering cybersecurity futures and how you can make use of the local professional organizations in doing so. So as Dr. Abdullah mentioned, I am Haima Bandiram, and today I am going to talk about a few things related to professional organizations, what they are, what are the key characteristics of these organizations, and what benefits they offer, and how you can make use of these benefits, and also local organizations that are available here in Edmonton that that you can take a look at and see if they interest you, and then we will summarize what we discussed in this talk. I thought of introducing myself because sometimes I do that, but Dr. Abdullah gave a wonderful introduction, so I don't see a need for reintroducing myself. So directly jumping into the topic, what are professional organizations? Professional organizations are industry associations. So they are specific to an industry, and they are voluntary groups comprising professionals, both aspiring as well as established professionals within that industry, working for common interests, so to serve the common interests for professionals within that industry. So since we are all in cybersecurity, today we will talk specifically about those organizations that serve the interests of the cybersecurity professionals, more specifically the local cybersecurity professional organizations. Let's look at some of the key characteristics of these professional organizations. So they are often membership-based. The membership, because they serve the interests of their members, the main goal of these organizations, though some of them are open to non-members, the main goal is to enhance the skill set of their membership and also cater to the interests of the membership. The membership can either be paid or free membership, and depending on the level of membership a person has, they get access to the resources that are exclusive to the members of that organization. And they are industry focused, such as cybersecurity, finance, engineering, healthcare, and so on. Another key characteristic of these organizations is that they offer networking platforms for the members to interact and to improve, to interact, conduct meaningful discussions, and then to improve their knowledge of the industry, or to forge partnerships, to collaborate on projects. So for any of the, in the form of, it could be an event, or it could be a seminar, or it could be a conference. So the main goal is to provide these platforms where members can interact and contribute to, towards the industry, and also enhance their skill set. And there is often a public, excuse me, I'm having some cold, so you have to bear with me. So they have a public outreach, so that they have some programs that are aimed at improving the communities they operate within, and they also have a social media wing where they go and discuss about various research that their members conducted, and also talk about the latest industry trends. So when I say industry, I talk only in terms of the cybersecurity, because that's what we are interested in right now. So these are the different characteristics of these organizations. So moving on to, so we know what a professional organization is. It is intended towards serving the membership focused in a particular industry, and they have some characteristics such as enhancing, providing to catering towards the needs of their membership, and also helping the community in that process. Then what about the benefits of these members? What benefits do the members get by joining this? Number one is the networking platform, where you get access to a wide range of experts within the industry to meet and to collaborate. There are various events conducted by these organizations. If you're already familiar, then you might have seen some events already being done at Concordia on behalf of ISC chapter. So these events often can be either a panel discussion, or a training session, or a tabletop exercise, or a conference, a 2-day conference like WICYS Edmonton, or even a workshop, or a specific certification training session, right? So these organizations facilitate this kind of event conducting platforms, where which members can take advantage of. And in these platforms, by making use of these platforms, the members can interact with their peers, understand what they are doing, and how, say, like if you're facing a challenge, you can check if somebody else is facing this challenge, then what was their approach in resolving resolving that challenge. I can give an example, say like I'm from identity management, right? So privileged access management, let's say. So what are different challenges I'm facing, when I'm working with a client? So how can the privileged account access be restricted to certain individuals? What are the obstructions in making this access restricted to only these individuals? And what are the different use cases that can help me in achieving restricting the privileged access to this set of individuals, right? So if there is anybody else who has done this already, then I can interact with them. I can make use of this expertise and experience, and apply those, apply their approach, and achieve my goal. Then exchange insights, strategies, and solutions. Of course, enhance your knowledge in that process, and then job opportunities. So networking with like-minded individuals, and see if there is any opening in their organization for your skill set, or if there is any other certification that your peer might have done that gives them that edge to take their career to next level. So, right, in networking, what happens? So the collaborative projects, even partnerships can be forged, as well as staying up to date with the latest industry trends, because these networking sessions are often associated with some learning session that usually discusses a specific issue within the industry, how to resolve it, or what are the latest emerging technologies within the industry, and how they are impacting the industry and the likes of it. And also personal growth and friendships can be formed and increase as you start attending these events, be a part of this organization. The cybersecurity community is very small, especially in Edmonton. You come across the same people, you come across the same kind of situations, and then as you start attending these events and become familiarized within the organization, then you can increase your visibility as well as your chances of growing professionally. Okay. Then organizations, apart from networking, will also provide skill development opportunities, like I discussed, in the form of workshops or trainings that are aimed at providing practical skills to sustain within the industry, and also to deal with the latest technologies, apart from the curriculum that start within in your university. And then there are continuing education courses, as well as certification courses, such as I'll take the example of ISC Square. ISC Square is a certifying body that issues certifications such as excuse me, CC, CISSP, CCSP, and so on. So within the ISC Square chapter, we often come up with trainings or boot camps that can help our membership prepare for these certifications, or any of our events, be it a 1 hour long webinar or a seminar or a half-day training session. They are all eligible for continuing education credits towards maintaining an existing certification. For example, I am a CISSP, so I need at least 40 hours of continuing education credits beyond my work in the cybersecurity realm. So if by participating in these events and being a part of the trainings or attending the conferences, I can gain these credits and maintain my certification, and also develop my skill, because there is always something to learn through these events. And more, so these are all, these events are again catered to the local membership. So it's a small gathering. You'll always get that personal interaction with the trainers or the experts, the subject matter experts conducting these sessions, or who are participating in these sessions. So you can develop interaction with them and learn from their experience, connect with them, and enhance your skills. Of course, so this leads to improved resume as you go on building your skills and improving your connections. Your resume also gets better. So, so this is like being an attendee of the events conducted by this organization. So how about being a part of the organization itself? Say you are a member and you are interested in contributing towards the organization, not just being just attending the events as an attendee and networking with like-minded professionals. Then there are opportunities to participate in various committees within the organization that conduct these events, help with event coordination, budget management. As you know, there are many things that go into an event. So if you conducted an event, a personal or a professional event, like you should start with what should be the event about, what are the various topics that our membership might be interested in, then who is the right speaker or who are the right speakers for this on this particular topic, then what is the venue, who can provide us with the right equipment, and who are the targeted audience, whether it's an event tailored for the students or for the professionals or for both of them, then what should be the ideal duration of the event, and how much will it cost, what are the way, what can we provide at the event. So is there going to be any food, then who is going to take care of it, is there a caterer involved? So there are many things that go into the event management, so you can participate in all of this, and yeah, also then once the event is finalized, who is going to do the marketing and promotion? So if you are a social media enthusiast, you can volunteer, you can for the organization, and you can make posts on behalf of the organization. In this process, you get to meet various people, so how to coordinate with them and make sure that the information about the event reaches the right target audience. So should it be through LinkedIn? Should it be through Instagram? Then, or what are the other venues? Should you go to other organizations, meet them personally? I hope you're getting a picture, right? So this whole thing can be, you can take part in any of these activities, and this helps you in, in with problem solving, because when you're conducting an event, there is always a crisis. What if the speaker is stuck in traffic, or the speaker had an emergency? Then what is your fallback? The caterer did not show up. What's your fallback? Or there's something else to be taken care of at the venue. So event management involves the crisis management and a lot of problem solving skills, because you're dealing with a lot of people. This is pretty much, this will also help you with your career. How does it help? Because when you are working as part of a team, you are not an individual. You should work with various individuals. You should work with other teams. Sometimes things will not work. Then how are you going to deal with it? How do you keep a cool head and move on with the goal in your sight, right? So these are all the skills that you can develop by being a part of these organizations, and thereby resume enhancement. So if I come across two resumes of recent college graduates, let's say one person says he or she has been a part of an organizing committee of an event, then I know that this person can be a team player. This person knows how to deal with pressure. This person might have good planning skills. So I would like to give that person a little bit more weightage than the other who did not have any such experience. So it can help you with your building your resume. Next, leadership skills. So I'm talking purely from a student perspective, not from a professional perspective. Dr. Abdullah. So that's the premise. So I'm trying to help the students understand what opportunities they have, rather than a professional, within these voluntary organizations. Next is the leadership skills. So when you form an organization, let's say we have a student chapter at Concordia that is affiliated to a local professional organization. This student chapter often comes with its own organization structure. So there are a few leadership roles involved. There are different committees, and you need committee chairs as well as committee members, board members. There will be a board that makes decisions for this chapter, and then there are various teams and team leaders. So you can get involved in any of these, and then you will be part of the say, like, you are part of the board. Then the board should meet regularly. The board will have an agenda for a meeting, and then certain action items. So action items are assigned to board members or committee members, and they should, then whom should you interact with to get this action item done? So these are some of the skills that you will learn by being in the leadership of that chapter. Team management, so work with various team members, and then strategic planning, again conducting an event or just going through your regular chapter activities, monthly chapter activities. There should always be a planning involved, and how to conduct that. And then communications and public speaking. So often the leadership of these chapters, like the student chapters, when they conduct the events, then you have to introduce the speakers or talk about the event at your social media platforms, then develop communication skills, as well as you yourself might become a speaker or a trainer for that event, then develop the skills to address the public, to address the attendees, and conduct this event. Conflict resolution. So whenever there is a team, there is a conflict, and working through those conflicts to achieve the goal, and also making the right decisions under pressure. So these are some of the leadership skills that you can achieve by being part of these organizations. So if when you transition into industry, these skills are very much valued. Apart from the technical skills, communications is very being right on the or spot on with your communication skills is very important. So if I were to hire somebody who is very good, who can work as a lone wolf, who is like extraordinarily talented, and if I have another person who is okay, who is willing to learn, who is contribute to the team, and who is willing to contribute to the team, and also who is very good with his or her communication skills. If anything goes wrong, they don't hesitate to reach out to the right person and to communicate right on time. Then I would hire the second person, because we come across so many people who are highly talented but very poor with communication skills, very poor with organization skills, being part of the team, showing that mutual respect, working under pressure, showing that extending the courtesy to the team members. These are all very important skills that that will take you that will help you progress with in your career, right? So it's not just the technical skills, but interpersonal communication and leadership skills. Leadership is 90% communication. So you will get all those skills by before you enter into the market, by being a part of these organizations. Another benefit is the professional recognition. So often these organizations, we saw it, they have a public outreach. So they tend to make announcements of the achievements of the members, give a shout out to those who contributed, who has done significant contributions to that organization and also to the community in general. So that way, you can get recognition in their official publications, could be in the form of newsletters or magazines, or even social media shout outs that will help you, that will make you stand out from the rest of the crowd. Then recommendations and references for the volunteer work you have done for that organization. These are some of the professional recognition benefits that you can get by being part of your local organization. So we are going to talk about these organizations, mainly about the two that I am associated with, ISC2 Alberta, as well as WICYS, Western Canada affiliate. WICYS is Women in Cybersecurity. This is an organization dedicated to help women get the right recognition in this field in cybersecurity. But it's also open for men. We look forward for allies, but it's mainly catered towards the women members. And ISAC Edmonton and EXEC. So ISC Squared Alberta chapter. ISC Squared Alberta chapter is a local chapter here in Alberta for ISC Square, which is the certifying body, as I discussed, for CC, CISSP, CCSP, and many other certifications. So membership into this organization is free. Anybody within Alberta, for that matter, anybody in the world, I would say, can become a member of our organization by filling the membership form available on the ISC2 Alberta website. We are planning to start a student chapter at Concordia this year that will cater exclusively to the students of Concordia. So preference will be given to the students at Concordia, and events will become events, or all other activities within that student chapter will be aimed at benefiting the Concordia students, open to both grad and undergrad students. So ISC2 Alberta chapter has a monthly newsletter that has information about latest cybersecurity events happening within Alberta, or any other free events happening online. And it also includes training information that the chapter is going to provide at a discounted rate to the members. Sometimes we offer free trainings to students, and we promote that through our social media. So if we have any vacancies in our training that can be offered to students for free, we'll be happy to do so, and we'll give we'll make a post on our social media channels. Okay. And the chapter also has volunteer opportunities, both for professionals as well as students in cybersecurity. So we have many programs through which we reach out to community as well. Uh, and one specific program is the Safe and Secure Online program. It's a free cyber safety program designed to promote cyber safety awareness within the most vulnerable sections of the Albertan society, such as students. When I say students, not in university students, but elementary school children, as well as junior high, we go to schools and we discuss with them about the potential threats they can face online, and help them to avoid avoid becoming victims for cyber predators online, as well as how to deal with cyberbullying, and how to make themselves cyber safe and make their online experience much safer. We conduct a similar session for seniors, and also for non-profit organizations that cannot afford their own cybersecurity team. So if anybody is interested in participating in these programs, they can become a volunteer for the chapter. The chapter also provides sponsorship for various events and conferences. WICYS Edmonton is one such conference that the chapter proudly has been conducting for the past 6 years. So some of the recent events that we conducted in Calgary and Edmonton. Just have some pictures. So yeah, this is the newsletter I was talking about. We discuss various, as you can see, there's a professional development section, and we also talk about the latest events, as well as give a shout out to the volunteers who helped us. If you can, I think you can see Omo here is a Concordia University student. Yeah, thank you, Prashant. And Prashant too is there being spotlighted there. So Omo helped us with fixing a few issues with our website, and the chapter has been very much pleased by the volunteer services that Omo offered, and we give a big shout out in our newsletter. Similarly, Prashant is a very well-known cybersecurity professional here in Edmonton, I think in whole in Alberta, and we were very happy to spotlight Prashant this year in our professional spotlight section. You can go to isc2alberta.org, and you can browse through various sections to see what the chapter is doing, what are various events the chapter has conducted or is conducting in the near future, as well as any opportunities that are there that you can get yourself involved in. And if you have any constructive feedback, or for that matter, any feedback that you have, we'll be happy to take that too. Okay. That's about ISC Square Alberta chapter. The other organization I would like to talk about is WICYS Western Canada affiliate. So WICYS, as I said, is Women in Cybersecurity, and this Canada affiliate, Western Canada affiliate, is the local organization for WICYS Global. Membership for WICYS local chapter is free. But it's a paid membership for global. However, students get a big discount, and they need to pay $20 annually to become a member of the global WICYS Global. Through local organization, again, similar to ISC2 Alberta, we conduct various events, and we do sponsorships of events and also offer scholarships. But WICYS Global has a bigger outreach. So they have collaborations with Microsoft and many other big organizations to bring latest cybersecurity trainings and also boot camps. They have speaker spotlight programs where they can train speakers. So this is all offered for free to eligible members. So they will announce different programs, and interested students can send their fill the application forms, and if they get selected, then these programs are really good. So they have collaboration with SANS to conduct cybersecurity boot camps. So you can take a look at WICYS Global webpage if you are interested, and see if the membership would be helpful to you or not. So again, with WICYS, we have many volunteer opportunities. We have Concordia student, Pooja Shah, working as our social media coordinator, and we are very happy to have Pooja on board. So if you are interested in volunteering for WICYS, just like ISC School Alberta, you can approach. Again, WICYS has a presence on LinkedIn. You can like the LinkedIn page, and you can communicate through the LinkedIn page. And you will get to know about the latest events that WICYS is conducting, and again, any discounts they're offering in training or free passes to conferences and other events. WICYS has a Concordia chapter, a student chapter. Yeah, sorry, I don't have contact at this moment, but I can find it out. So again, we had a WICYS event recently in Concordia, and it was a big hit. We had a panel discussion led by Martin Dinell, who is the CISO of Government of Alberta, and many Concordia University students took part in this, and the event was very well received. We also had a panel discussion with women in cybersecurity at our WICYS 2022, which was again well received. So if you want to be a part of WICYS, please like our LinkedIn page, and you will get the latest information about events happening. Other local professional organizations that are available are ISACA Edmonton chapter, and ISACA has a student chapter at Concordia. Omo, I believe, is the president of the chapter. And there is EGSEC that caters not just for students, but all professionals within Edmonton. You can take a look at EGSEC webpage to know more about this organization. Okay, so yeah, so that's all I have for today's presentation. And as you can see, joining a professional organization can help you. Yes, yeah, thank you, Prashant. Yeah, BSides Edmonton is coming up on 25th and 26th of September. And ISC Square chapter, Alberta chapter is sponsoring 7 tickets for this event for students, exclusively free passes for 2 days. I am talking about local. Okay, I can talk about Calgary too. Thanks, Michael. So ISC Square Alberta chapter is sponsoring 7 student tickets, and there is an application form that's available on our LinkedIn page, or I can send it to Dr. Abdullah. Interested students can fill that form, and you will receive a free pass. If you have already paid for the conference, you will be reimbursed for the ticket if you get selected. Yeah, and we also have BSides Calgary coming up in November 16th and 17th, I believe. So you can take a look at BSides Calgary website too if you are interested. Interestingly, at BSides Calgary, the chapter is conducting a session for high school students about about what cybersecurity is, and how they can think of cybersecurity as their future career. So they'll be given different options about various domains in cybersecurity, and how cybersecurity is not just hacker in some black cloak, or it's not all about coding and fighting the bad guys. So what are different domains available, how coding is not essential in cybersecurity. So we will be having, I guess, 4-hour-long sessions each day at BSides Calgary. Yeah, Prashant, I guess, has dropped the information, the website for BSides Edmonton. And Michael, did you give the BSides Calgary website? If not, I can provide that. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you for the form, Dr. Abdullah. So you can join the organizations and help yourself grow professionally and personally.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Haima, for your interesting talk and for all this information about the different organizations. I will start with my question, then we'll open the floor to questions from our participants. So as you know, we have 2 popular programs, graduate programs, MESAM and MESAM. So how can these organizations help our students to get internships? Or based on your experience, what is the easiest way for students to get internships during their studies?
Great question. So, internships during their studies. So, for now, we don't have any program where we can facilitate internships exclusively. But as I said earlier, we conduct various events, so the students can participate in these events, interact with industry professionals. So we are trying to maintain a healthy balance of professionals and students to attend each event, so that each student can get a decent amount of time interacting or networking with the professionals, and through these professional contacts, so they get information. We are conducting what we call speed networking sessions, where you move cohorts in 5-minute networking session, and so that they can cover professionals of different levels of experience, like 0 to 2 to 5 to 2 to 5 and 5 to 10 years of industry experience, and gain some preliminary information from these professionals, and then connect on LinkedIn and establish or keep the conversation going to understand if their organizations offer any internships that are suitable for the students. But we have that plan going forward. So we are starting the chapter this year at Concordia. So one of our goals will be to see how we can get these co-ops and internships for students in that chapter, and using the connections we have within the industry.
Okay, that's great. So let's take questions. So do we have any questions?
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead, Alfred.
Hi. This is Alfred here. I'm from Concordia University. And I just wanted to know, I really wanted to participate in the B-Sides event that is happening. And I know we have an ISACA chapter here. How do I apply for a pass for B-Sides?
I think Prashant put a link there for the LinkedIn post that we have made, which contains details of the form, where a few questions will be asked, and based on the responses we receive, we will select the seven students whose responses are get the most number of votes, let's say, from within our committee. Yeah.
Right. Sir is going to push it on the chat.
He has posted it on chat. Prashant
All
posted it
right.
on chat already.
Got
And
it. Thank you so much.
yeah, please check if you can reach that website. If you cannot, then I will give you the link.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Any more questions? Yes, Prishan, please go ahead.
Hi, good. I guess it's afternoon now. One question I had that I've personally been struggling with is when I attend a YEGSEC conference or B-Sides, I sometimes find it hard to network with people. Like, we're in a big crowd, we're kind of listening to a speaker. Do you have any tips for kind of breaking the ice and getting to know more people?
Okay. Yes. I would say you have to have a set of questions beforehand before you go and meet somebody. I attended this program called Dale Carnegie Human Resources Program. It's a very popular program. So they gave some tips there. So the first thing you have to do whenever you try to approach somebody is to have some you cannot just go and say, hey, do you have any job opportunities within your company for me, right? So that wouldn't be appropriate. So just go introduce yourself, tell a bit about yourself, ask what they are doing, and then try to remember the person's name. So that's the first and foremost thing that you have to do, and ask like how many years they have been working in this industry. So these are some of the common questions. And if there is a particular domain, a cybersecurity domain, you can ask them if they are familiar with that. If not, then what is it that they are working in? And if you don't have any information on that, be straightforward. Say, I'm sorry, I don't know anything. Is there any website or some resource that can help me understanding more about this, because it sounds interesting. Get their LinkedIn profile if they're comfortable to share that information, and then you can come back, do your research, and then take the conversation to the next level. So this cannot happen with everybody, but it's a good way to start. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Haima. Gurpreet?
Yeah. I have one more thing. So Alfred, who talked earlier, like if you are talking exclusively about volunteer, if you want to volunteer for the event, then you can send me an email, Dr. Abdullah. I can put my email ID here. Okay, if you have any questions.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yep. You can reach out to me. We have a set of volunteers, but if there is any position that's open, I can let you know.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, I'll do that.
Yeah, no problem. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you for your email. Gurpreet, please go ahead.
Hello, ma'am. My question is specifically regarding the privilege access management technology. So, is there any specific tool which a candidate should make sure that he or she has knowledge about, or are there multiple tools? Like we are talking about the technology here, that PAM is a technology, but there are multiple global leaders which are there in the industry. So, like, how should a candidate should proceed with the like going for an interview? Whether it is like related to a tool or the technology.
So it depends, right? If your job is an entry level position, and if they know that you are a student who is recently graduated or going to graduate, then they cannot expect you to work on a PAM project, right? So they cannot expect you to have that hands-on experience with the tool. So it depends on what you have put in the resume. So if you're a PAM enthusiast, then often the questions will go around what is PAM to start with, and why is PAM important? How can PAM fit in, or can improve the cybersecurity posture of an organization? So it'll be a general conversation around those topics. But if you have worked in a project, then a tool is like, all tools have the same features, right? Their main job is to protect the privilege, restrict the privilege access to certain groups or individuals. So tool doesn't matter unless there is the job specification that says, hey, you need 2 years of experience with CyberArk, or some other tool. So it depends on the job requirement and also the ask. So if it's just the general technology, then yes, having knowledge about what PAM is, what PAM does, some use cases will be helpful. Also, some websites, some vendors, they offer free training. So you can check, or they will provide interesting research information, research papers on PAM or any other technology for that matter. So you can check their websites often, and they also have webinars on Bright Talk where they talk about different product features. So you can contact them and see if you can get access, on a trial-based access. So that's a possibility.
Okay, thanks a lot. And just one more thing. You said that if the job is specifically regarding CyberArk or maybe SailPoint or Thycotic, whatever be the tools are there, so the hands-on experience on these tools is enough, or the candidate should have mandatory certificates for that tool as well?
No, I don't think so. But again, it depends. If it's listed that you need the certificate, then yes, you need the certificate. If it says you should be a SailPoint Identity IQ engineer in order to apply for this job, then you do need that. But if they just say 2 years of SailPoint IIQ experience, then no.
Okay.
Yeah. And certification, if you have time and if you have experience, definitely go for the certification.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Michael, please go ahead.
Yeah, well, just a quick question for you, Haima, specifically. It's very tied into that question that Bretchen asked earlier, but kind of from the opposite perspective. So I definitely know what it's like to be in a room of, hundreds of people and maybe be a little worried or concerned to want to walk up to people. But as someone in the industry, it's, for you, who probably has a lot of people walking up to you regularly saying things like, "Hi, Haima," and just they know you, they know your face, they recognize you, they remember keynotes that you've given. How do you handle situations where, to be truthful, you may not recognize or remember the person in front of you, but they remember you? How do you handle those situations where like, they kind of talk to you like you played a part in their life and you don't necessarily know it, but they're talking to you going, "Hi, Ima," and you're kind of like, "Hi, remind me who you are." How do you handle those situations? Because a lot of the students I think on this call are they'll get to that point in their professional career, and it's not possible to remember all of those interactions. So how do you deal with that?
Correct. Yeah, that's a great question, I would say. Well, it's very kind of you to say that I'm that popular. I wish I was that popular. Some people come to me, yes, I know, but if I can recognize only a few, like you just said. So if I do know them, then I will say, "Hey, I met you at this. Yeah, how you're doing," and so on and so forth. But sometimes I don't, and I just say it up front. So I'm sorry, it's embarrassing, but I cannot recollect where we met. So I don't think people will feel people will be taken aback, or they will feel bad. They appreciate the honesty. I will appreciate the honesty if somebody says, "No, I can't recollect you," and I will try to um, give some more information, even if that doesn't that help. That's okay, right? So it's not possible to remember everybody for sure, unless you have a continuing or ongoing interaction with them. So it's okay to say you don't remember them. And if they say you helped them in the past, then it's a very happy occasion, to remember. Maybe in the next interaction, I will definitely recognize that person, but that will make my day. But those kind of situations happen where they say, not just in a conference, but even at work, like you met somebody after 10 years and you helped me in that project, that was really a turning point in my career, but I don't remember even a small speck of it. I'll just say, "I'm very happy to hear that, and are you sure I'm the right person?" and if I am, then I will be very happy to hear that, and that will make my day. And I will make a note of that person and remember that person. Yeah, thank you. I don't know. I'm just speaking purely from my personal experience. But yeah. However, there is another tip, like if you want to remember an important person, they say always associate that person's name with something, with something familiar. So let's say you met somebody and that name reminds you of, like for example, my name, Haima. You can't remember my name, but then ask me what it means. I'll say something, "Hey, it's associated with Himalayas." So whenever you think of my name, you just map that picture. And even if you can't say my name right, I appreciate the effort, that you try to remember me.
Thank you. Any more questions? Do we have any more questions? Any more questions? Last chance. Okay, so thank you so much, Haima, for your interesting talk, and thank you all for attending. And our next InfoSec seminar will be on Thursday, October 12th. So we wish to see you all again in next month seminar. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abdullah, and thank you, Concordia University. It's my pleasure to be here. It was really great talking about the two wonderful organizations that I volunteer with. If there are any questions anybody has, please reach out to me, and I'll be very happy to answer them.
Thank you, Haima, for a wonderful presentation. And on behalf of the Mahalshan School of Management, we greatly appreciate your time and your information that you've shared to our students, our alumni, and to everyone on this call as well today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alison. Thank you, Sergey.
Thanks, Emma. I will talk.